Episode number 30 of the Third Leg Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Riley Warren. Alongside with me is my co-host, Dr. Dunny. How you doing? How you been, buddy?
Hey, couldn't be better. Week one was a success. Keep drinking that Kool-Aid, everybody. We're 1-0. I couldn't. Thursday night was you couldn't beat. You couldn't draw it up any better than that.
Facts. I mean, and you beat the defending champion. So, I mean, there's no better week one win than beating the Chiefs. I think the Lions
Ruining the
are on top right now.
literally ruining their banner week. So it's perfect.
Yeah, it's tough. So to start, we're going to recap some of last week and roll right into week two. How about you get us started, Dunny?
All right. So obviously Thursday game. That's what we could probably spend 2 hours talking about it because I do want to see Shaggy's video of him taking a shotgun. I haven't seen it
Oh
yet.
yeah,
So
where is
Shaggy,
that?
we need the shotgun. So we'll be at you on Twitter after this.
You're so
Um,
due.
I kind of wrote down some upsets that I saw in week one, at least the five biggest ones, or at least they were underdogs going into the game, come out on top. Browns over the Bengals. This was, a lopsided victory, one sided. Nick Chubb and the Deshaun Watson Browns just kind of ran all over the Bengals. Joe Cool did not look like Big Dick Joe from LSU. He looked like Big Dick Joe from Ohio State. So hopefully the Bengals can turn things around a little bit because I know there's a lot of T. Higgins fantasy owners who were pissed because T. Higgins got a whopping goose egg in the score column for this week. 0 catches. Damn.
He was on my bench, thankfully.
Thank God. Amen. Amen. Another one moving forward, Bucks over Vikings. This was one that a lot
This
of people
hurt.
didn't see coming, right? Like
This hurt.
Jettas, Addison, Kirk Cousins, they're gonna tear up the Bucks. The Bucks are terrible. Well, we were wrong. The Vikings might be terrible.
Gonna learn today. I mean, 3 turnovers in the first half, I believe, 2 fumbles and a pick. I mean, back-to-back fumbles, just not even like getting hit. They're just, handoffs and shit like that. I think most of the blame comes to Kirk, and he's gonna, take that on the chin and hopefully roll forward. But yeah, that
Right.
one hurt very bad. If there was any upset that happened, that was the upset I did not pick this week or last week, and that was the one I would have put Mima's mortgage on. So I'm glad I didn't do that, but that was the biggest surprise to me, to be honest.
Mima still has her house, so good. She can stay a little bit longer, I guess,
Still
right?
roof over our head.
It might get put on something this week though, so we'll see. Packers over the Bears. This was a game I didn't see going the way it went. Jordan Love actually looked pretty darn good. It was a game for 3 quarters of the game pretty much, and then Justin Fields kind of got a little turnover happy, tried to force some things. Green Bay had a pick six in the fourth quarter. 38-20, I believe, is what the final score ended up being. Both teams didn't look the best, but the Packers obviously looked a little more fine tuned and a little bit better than the Bears did. So down day if you're a Bears fan. DJ Moore 2 targets. Like, why did we trade the number one pick for this guy?
Yeah, it's tough to see as a Bears fan, especially with the amount of hype they had around Justin Fields coming in. It's
Right.
obviously not Justin Fields' fault or anything. I thought the Green Bay receiving core was better than anyone expected, especially without Watson. So I think going into the week, everyone was like, they just don't have enough talent around the ball to help Jordan Love. Give me the Bears. And that was not the case.
Right, Aaron Jones out of the backfield. I've got him in a lot of my fantasy leagues because I went like hero running back or whatever the strategy is. But yeah, that angle route he caught it and just was gone. Unfortunately, it hurt the hamstring, so he didn't come back in the rest of the game. But definitely good to see get the ball out quick for Jordan Love. Romeo Dobbs going up and making that catch in the end zone was pretty dope too.
Yeah, he's a stud. Expect a lot with him, going forward with this year, especially with the looming injury around Watson. So he's going to be their number one guy without Lazard and everyone else at left. So I think he's due for a big year there.
For sure, for sure. The next one, number 4, Raiders over Broncos. Not too big of a surprise, I don't think. Um, Obviously, I thought the Broncos would win, but the Broncos not being on the same page for their first game with Sean Payton's system isn't the biggest surprise, I guess I should say. So I would expect them to struggle early off, kind of stumble a few times coming out of the gates, but the Raiders got them. I think it was a 1 point game in Denver. You just needed another field goal, another stop, but couldn't get it. Russ, I think, had 2 touchdown passes, so that's good for him. He's on the positive path right now for touchdown interception rate, when last year it took him quite a while. I don't even know if he got there, but his interception rate was quite high last year. So good thing he's slowing down a little bit, it looks like.
Yeah, he almost had more bathrooms and touchdowns last year. Don't forget that stat.
That is ridiculous.
That stat was electric to follow last year.
And then the last one, Rams over the Seahawks. So the Seahawks obviously made the wild card last year as the 6th seed, kept our Lions out of it, and everyone kind of expected them to keep it rolling and keep building. Geno Smith, they just got another, big offensive target in Jackson Smith and Jigba at Ohio State, but the Rams kind of dominated this game. I think it was 38-17 or something along those lines. Matt Stafford didn't have Cooper Kupp. It didn't freaking matter. He had Puka Nacua, and that's all he needed. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's seen him having that many targets. And I don't think anyone predicted as soon as Cooper Kupp was ruled out that the Rams would be so electric on offense.
Right.
So it's good to see. We still love Stafford, so it's good to see him play well. But at the end of the day, it is a tough loss for Seattle, and then they got to play the big dogs this week. So they could start the season 0-2 because the Kool-Aid's flowing.
For sure. It was announced today too that Stafford's going to be in segment 2 of The Quarterback on Netflix. So,
nice.
Yeah. So when that comes out, we'll get to see it. Yep.
Get rid of Kirk Cousins, please. He does not deserve to be there. I don't want to listen to him singing his kids to bed anymore. That's why he fumbled it twice. I swear.
I swear to God, that's what it was.
He wasn't locked in.
He ate that popcorn before bed last night.
I knew I shouldn't have had that popcorn.
Week 1 surprises. So obviously the upsets, they're always surprises, but Cardinals put up a fight against the Commanders. This game was a 20-16 game, and it was back and forth, back and forth. I didn't know who was going to win. Me and a bunch of guys in Discord are in a Survivor League, and they wanted to go the Commanders. We ended up going the Ravens because I kind of talked everyone out of it. But if we had the Commanders, I would have been sweating big time with this game because the Cardinals are supposed to suck this year.
Yeah, but that shit would have paid off because then you wouldn't have had to use Commanders the rest of the year, and it's like, who gives a fuck?
It's true. It's true.
It's hard to bet on him.
I'm in the boat of let's use the big dogs while we got them and not get eliminated.
Yeah, stay in the league as long as possible, right. Baby.
Exactly. The Eagles looked bad against the Patriots. If it wasn't for a pick 6, they might have lost week 1 in New England. So they need to step it up. They've got a tough game tomorrow. We'll kind of talk about that here in a little bit, but they look bad. Very beatable.
Yeah, for sure. The pick 6 and then the Zeke fumble, that always helps.
For sure.
I was a little worried when I seen that Zeke fumbled. I didn't know if Belichick was just going to take his cleats off and throw him in the stands and just say, we'll see in a couple of weeks. But he got back on the field. He ended up playing well. That was good to see. Another big surprise for me was how bad Cincy played. Cincy played.
It's true.
They looked terrible. I know people had Cleveland with upsets this week, but I think they thought that the game was going to be very close. Battle of Ohio. And, those games usually are really close. It's always run dominant. Usually there's weather involved. So this week or last week, it was just surprising to see Cincy go down so bad.
I agree wholeheartedly. That upset was the one that I was like, damn, this should be a fight, and this is an absolute blowout. Good night.
Yeah, it was good to see Cleveland play well, but yeah, on the other end of that, not so hot.
Right. Along those same lines, though, divisional opponents, blowout games, Cowboys dominated the Giants.
Dude. The Cowgirls ran it up.
Hey, I called it. Cowboys winning the NFC East this year. They definitely look like they might this in the week one. If week one told the story of how the season's going to go, well, the Cowboys are a lock. But
For sure.
lot of
The Giants played like shit. The weather didn't help. They couldn't
right,
throw the ball. They barely have any receivers, I feel like good
right.
wide receivers at least. And they just got to rely on Saquon. And then they stacked the box in the rain. I mean, they just didn't have anywhere to go. Their defense didn't hold their own. Their special teams definitely didn't hold their own. Dallas defense is going to score more points than them for maybe 2 weeks.
Which is absolutely insane. I had a close fantasy matchup, and unfortunately, the Michael actually had the Cowboys defense, and it
Oh
was no
my God.
longer a close fantasy matchup at that point.
That's
So
fucked up.
they scored 35 points for him. So that sucks. Last thing before we get to a little quick video for everyone. Aaron Rodgers played a total of 4 snaps. That was, I think, the biggest letdown for the entire season for everyone for week one. That video of the Achilles popping, good night.
Ugh.
Like, I didn't know
It
what it was. I
pops.
saw that video and I was like, yep, all right, he's done. He's done.
Dude,
Terrible.
it's just crazy because how much hype has been built into this, and then the Hard Knocks, and you kind of fell in love with like the system and everyone getting along, and then 4 fucking snaps, and he's done for the year.
Someone posted that video of Aaron Rodgers 2023 highlight, and it's just him carrying
Him
the
running with the flag.
like, damn, too soon. Too
Too
soon.
soon, bro. That I'm curious on how the Jets are gonna do because their defense is so good. Like, they
So
cannot
good.
waste this year. They can't waste this year. They have to get up to speed quarterback-wise, and Zach Wilson actually didn't play that bad.
Do you
I do
think they trade for anyone?
I think they have to. I mean, they don't even have a backup right now, so they will pick someone. I think the favorite in most sports books was Jameis Winston.
Okay.
Famous Jameis. He's gonna eat some W's, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I will say Zach Wilson had a better passer rating than Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow last week. So we can't put anything on his shoulders yet. If he can just stay average, I think they're gonna do well this year.
With how many weapons that offense has and how good that defense is, if he can play like how Jared Goff plays for the Lions, they can be very good
They have one of the best receiver core and running back duos
in the league.
in the league. And then they have that rookie that was who was that rookie? He's got like some weird last name.
I can't even pronounce it, but I know who
Yeah,
you're
but
talking about.
he's a stud too, and he's their 3. I think he
Right.
might play into like a like some kind of hybrid slot receiver, just like
Right.
weird packages, because I don't think they're not gonna be able to waste any talent around the ball just to help Zach Wilson. So
Right.
I'm super intrigued on this team the rest of the year, especially because their defense is gonna be top 5. Top 3
For
maybe. They're nasty.
for sure.
One
And
more thing. One more thing. Josh Allen threw 3 picks to Whitehead.
damn.
I just gotta get that out there for biggest surprise because 1, I didn't think the Bills are gonna play so shit. 2, everyone has said that Josh Allen is so turnover prone. And the fact that he does it 3 times to the same
Right.
player, it was sickening, honestly. I wasn't holding a Bills ticket or anything, but if I had to bet that game, I would have taken the Bills.
I
Especially after he got hurt. Like,
right.
imagine how much money people banged on Buffalo as soon as Aaron Rodgers went down. Like, how many live bets there were? Like,
Right.
spread, dude, they lost their ass.
Apparently, there was a bar in Buffalo that was giving
Oh my
away.
God,
Oh no, in Green Bay. It was in Green Bay.
I've seen this.
Free bar tabs if the Jets lose. And then when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, everyone started just fucking
Run
ordering
it up.
everything. And then they lost. And the
Dude,
Jets won. And oh my God, people having to pay their tabs. They were freaking out.
I can't believe everyone wasn't just running out of there.
They were putting Mima's mortgage on the bar tab.
Dude, imagine being so pissed, your bank account's drained, and you're just driving drunk home. Everyone was drunk there. They weren't
Right.
walking home. That's all I'm saying.
The cops could have stood right at
That
the
is
door and
such
just
a
said,
bad
"Here's your
combo.
ticket. Here's your ticket." Yep,
It is such a bad combo. The
for
ticket
sure.
was your bar tab
Right.
at this point.
Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
I would like to say whoever that ran that promotion, congratulations. Here's your raise,
W.
sir.
Right.
Here's your raise. Take a week off. We really appreciate that. I don't know what kind of game script you read before the week started, but well fucking done.
Well done. And then dude made 250K off that. That you're not wrong, Dalton. That's for sure. That is for sure.
250K.
Good night.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, dude.
The final kind of biggest surprise from week one, it happened in the Thursday night game. We got a little hype video for you guys. First quarter, here we go.
The fake fucking punt inside your 20, dude.
Oh, Dan
Give me the
Campbell.
fucking wheelbarrow.
Give me the
Give me
Kool-Aid.
the
Good.
wheelbarrow.
Andy
Give me
Reid's
another
like,
cup
what the
of
fuck?
Kool-Aid.
Oh, there they are.
There they are.
Big
Whitehead made 250K for getting 3 picks in one game. He's the first player to ever hit claws like that. That's fucking insane. He better dish out about 25K to your boy Josh Allen because he
his
literally
charity.
handed it to him on a platter.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
Oh yeah, the Kool-Aid baby, chugging the Kool-Aid. You bet your sweet bippy we are.
You have to after game one, right? We're
I'm gonna
1-0.
OD.
Best team in the league after Thursday night. We were
Best team in the league, and the Chiefs were the worst team in the league at that point.
sad to say, but it's awesome.
Stats are stats.
It don't lie.
All right,
All right.
let's just one little recap for me. I already said Minnesota, Meemaw's mortgage would have been gone. I really liked Minnesota this week. So the fact that they lost was a big surprise to me. But I did go 4 for 4 on upset alert. We had the Lions at plus 228, the Raiders at plus 120, Cleveland at plus 165, and the Raiders at plus 125. That will never happen again. So if you missed it, I am very sorry.
We are down to go over the next few weeks, but hey,
oh yeah, that's
transparency.
true, Dalton. We did get an asterisk win. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that he said that on live television. That was I was like, oh my god, did he actually just say that? Come on now.
How salty can you be? How
Right.
much money did he have on the Kansas City money line is what I need to know. Because he had something personal there he did not like about that win.
It doesn't make sense.
But I
Like
don't care.
you're supposed to be bipartisan, right? But like whatever, who cares?
Yeah, they never do that.
For
One
sure.
more stat before we get in. So Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Drake London, Tyler Lockett, DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin, Amari Cooper, OBJ, Hollywood Brown. 207 yards, 0 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That is ridiculous. They said he lost a step. He did not lose a step. Bet that man to go over in a lot of different things because he can fly.
If they said he lost a step in training camp, then he was sandbagging like a motherfucker because he did not lose a step.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Whoever broke that intel, that was an inside job, and the Chargers picked up on it.
Beating him.
Rick is breaking
Oh,
record
for
at this
sure.
belt. Oh
For
my
sure.
god! I mean, you're on one of the best starts ever.
What's crazy is that him and Mahomes didn't break any records, really. You know,
They had a
like
little too many weapons around the ball.
that's true.
Kelsey
That's
was
true.
still the number one, target.
For sure. For sure.
Most yards as a tight end consecutively. All right, let's get into week 2. Enough of week 1. We had a great week 1, but let's put it in the past. Let's move forward to week 2. What are we looking at, Dunn?
Well, just kind of moving into week 2, we've got the system play that we kind of talked about on the last week's episode, moving into the NFL, where if you're the road underdog and it's 3 points or less, you take the points in the underdog. So last week it went 3-0 with the Titans covering 3 points, Dolphins covering 3 points and winning outright, and the Packers covering the 1 point and winning outright. This week there's only one team or one game that really falls into the system. It's Bears plus 2.5 versus the Bucks in Tampa Bay. But there's a couple spreads to watch if they move. Ravens right now are 3.5 point underdogs at the Bengals. Commanders are 3.5 point underdogs at the Broncos. And then Packers are 1 point favorites at the Falcons, and Colts are 1 point favorites at the Texans. So if those lines move to kind of fall in that either pick them or within +3, I would definitely be looking at trying to take a couple of those four teams for sure. Um, it's a system, bet it as you see, but in week one it was a money, that's for sure.
The cash cow. Regardless, we're gonna, keep an eye on it, and even if we don't put any units on it, we're gonna keep track of this record and see how we're doing. If we're still cashing next week, then Meemaw's mortgage is on one of those games the following week. So
I love it. I love it. As far as plays, I came up with four of them. I didn't do any over unders this week, um, but four plays. Cowboys -9.5 versus the Jets. Looking at how dominant that Cowboys defense was against the Giants on Sunday night, Zach Wilson is in for a world of hurt. Unfortunately for the Jets, he's going to throw a couple picks. Cowboys feast on that. I think there's a crazy stat like since their defensive coordinator took over, they've turned the ball over 70 something times in 35 games. That's like 2 turnovers a game. It's ridiculous.
yeah, that's
How,
ridiculous.
how many
The
freaking
the
turnovers they
pressure
get.
they get on the quarterback is the craziest thing for me.
Right.
They're
Daniel
like,
Jones literally snap tackled.
dude, I felt bad for the Giants offensive line because everyone and their brother was roasting them on social media because
Right.
they couldn't keep their quarterback clean, and they couldn't open up any holes for their one of the best running backs in the league.
For sure.
0 points week one. That is not the way you want to start.
So I'm riding the hot hand for the Cowboys. They're probably due to regress, but hey, ride them while they're hot, especially against Zach Wilson. Don't trust Zach Wilson. Um, why, bro? Why did they keep Jones? Is beyond me. Yeah, you're just asking for him to get hurt at that point when it was halftime and you're getting smoked that bad, or at least fourth quarter. Take him out. 49ers -7.5 versus the Rams. I love it. The 49ers looked like the best team in football last week. They made the Steelers, who are should be a decent team, should have a decent defense, look like, schoolgirls. So the Rams obviously played well against the Seahawks. Are they due to regress? Who knows? I like, just over a touchdown. 49ers should handily beat the Los Angeles Rams. Look for Stafford to throw a pick. I think it's -150 on DraftKings right now.
Should be minus about 350. He's almost guaranteed to throw a pick against good defenses. Not saying he won't throw 3 touchdowns and 350 yards, but he will throw a pick. I,
Right, it
I,
gets a
I
little
really like
dangerous
the
with it.
Niners tonight or this week too. I think they're the best, one of the best teams in football, and I just think their defense is a little too strong for the Rams. I don't even know 3 wide receivers on the Rams right now. So without Cooper Cup, he doesn't count.
Right. I think I can name two, but that's all I got for you. Tutu Atwell and Puka Nacua because of that freaking weird name. um,
The
Go ahead.
-2 last week was insane.
Right.
Like, that was the most discounted free line I've seen ever. I think the only people betting the other side of that was Pittsburgh fans, and they
Oh,
made
but
Kenny
Die
Pickett
Hard.
look like a middle school quarterback out there,
Bad.
which is tough to watch, because they do have some weapons around the ball, and it's fun to see them toss the ball to Pickens and let Najee run the ball, and then Warren he's a stud too. So it was tough to see them just struggle and struggle and struggle the entire game. So I think Pittsburgh will play a little better next week, but I still have all the faith in the 49ers going forward.
For sure. For sure. Um, oh, there's two of my four. Do you want to give a couple of yours?
Yeah, so two of my picks. The Lions -5.5, baby. Give me another cup of Kool-Aid. I don't care if it's a homer pick. Bring me that shit. I like the Dolphins versus the Patriots. I'll just take the -148 money line. I won't
Okay.
worry about the spread. It's not too much juice for me. I'll take it. Um, Definitely the Dolphins, and then I like the Browns versus the Steelers. This
Okay.
game is always fun. It's kind of like the Cincy. I mean, this whole division's crazy, but they're super fun games to watch because they're usually low scoring, a lot of running, and just like a cloud of dust.
Right.
That's kind of how this game goes. So I just like how the Browns are clicking on offense. Chubb is one of the best running backs in the league. If Watson doesn't turn the ball over 3 times, I like them a lot.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. That's a good pick. Lions, hey, that was pick 3 of 4 for me. So great call, great call. Lions
I
minus five
knew
and a
it.
half. It's a revenge game. Last year, the Seahawks, they beat us at home. It was it was in Seattle. Sorry, in
Yep,
Seattle. But it was a run 'em, gun 'em, no defense was existent game last year. So hopefully we can turn it out this year.
for sure. And Dan Campbell and the staff have circled this one for half a year now. So who knows what the Lions are going to do, especially on fourth down. So I
You
think I
never
think
know.
everyone around the league is excited to watch the Lions after watching that primetime Thursday night game.
Oh, for sure. Is it a fluke or what? Was it really because Travis Kelsey and Chris Jones didn't play? Or the Lions actually good? Let's find out.
And then they signed Chris Jones after. I'm like, yes,
Thank you, Jesus.
thank you. And he says, Aaron Rodgers got me good on a baby parlay I placed Monday. Rebooting a bet that was a W is basically an L. I agree. After you hit the first leg, I think she needed Aaron Rodgers 3.5 rushing yards. I think
Oh,
that's what it was.
damn.
And he got hurt the fourth play of the game. That's an L, but it's okay, baby. You get the reboot. You can try again this week.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Gibby gonna
Gibby
get a
gonna get a
touchdown this
touchdown.
game. I
Love
mean,
it.
come on, man. I thought he was gonna get one week one. I think they're gonna give him a little more tick, a little more snaps. So I like that play a lot. I would like to see what his touchdown line is at actually.
That play like stumbled
Oh,
and fell in the backfield, but
slipped
he went to break it to the outside. I was like, damn, he
the
was gone.
touchdown that never was.
Right, for sure, for sure. My last play, spread play here, Chiefs minus 3.5 over the Jags. I know it's in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's decent. Um, but the Chiefs are coming off a loss. They've got 10 days to prepare. I think Travis Kelsey is going to play. Chris Jones is going to play. They're going to be ready to go. Definitely, I think they cover, and I think they probably beat them by a touchdown.
Well, with that being said, let me start my upset alerts. I got the Jags over the Chiefs at plus
Oh, I love it.
160. Chiefs haven't started 0-2 in like 8 years. I'm gonna bet against that trend and give me the Jags, man. Give me T-Law. They had a very shaky game against the Colts. It was kind of looking rough at the end. It looked like the Colts might have was gonna pull it out. Jags ended up clutching up with like 4 minutes left. They scored 2 touchdowns and made it look like it wasn't that close of a game. So I like the Jags versus the Chiefs plus 160. I like the Ravens versus Cincy plus 150. And I like the Bears over the Bucks at plus 120. Give me a redemption Justin Fields game. And give me Baker Mayfield throwing 2 picks, please.
Right. Did you see the report that Baker knew the signals that the Vikings were calling?
No.
Yeah, he told Rashad White, the running back for the Bucks, that I've got all their signals down. If they do this, it's cover 2. If they do this, they're dropping to 3. If I make this audible and they do this signal, this is what they're going to. Yeah,
No
so
shot.
he had it. He picked it up on the field and literally had it ready to go. So I don't think the Bears will let that happen, but you only know. And I wonder how Baker will do if he doesn't know what defense is coming.
Jesus Christ. What did he get the practice film from Belichick or something?
Right. The Bucks are like, we got to do something.
There is no fucking shot he knew that. Ridley
Maybe
with
they
2 TDs that game too. Yeah, we're real high on Ridley, buddy. We are very
real
high on
high.
Ridley. We love Ridley. He's in our prize picks season long. What do you have? 8 catches?
Yeah. Yep.
8 catches last week. He's that dude. He bet on himself instead of betting on other teams, and look at him go. Yeah, he told him at halftime. I can't believe that. I didn't even see that. What a dog, though. Studying
right.
studying signals and shit. You got to get. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Maybe Tom taught him the Buccaneers organization a little something,
Yeah. Sending people to their practice facility, maybe. They got spies. Hey, regardless, they're 1-0, baby.
For sure, for sure. Some prop bets that I like for this week: Herbert over 286.5. Push comes to shove for Justin Herbert. He, died in a close game again last week, so it's put up or shut up time for him. This is year, I think, 3. I think 286. He's going to throw the ball 30, 40 times. I think it's going to be no problem for him this week. Number 2, CMC over 67.5 yards. Again, you and I need him to go for 100. We would love it for week 2 and week 1 for him to do it. But 67.5. Kenneth Walker ran for, I think, 64 yards last week against the Rams. And I think Christian McCaffrey is much, much better than Kenneth Walker with a better offensive line. So look for him to go over that pretty easy. Line's not out yet, but it's a Monday night game. Nick Chubb over his rush yards, over his carries if it's under, the 18 line. So 17.5, 16.5. Nick Chubb is going to for sure go over. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown score for tomorrow. Right now it's minus 115. Hopefully it's plus money, but I doubt it. At home, he scores rushing touchdowns. Just look for it. Sprinkle the first touchdown at plus 600. I'm calling it right now. Jalen Hurts is going to score tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. I love it even more because I don't think we have one play similar for prize picks. So if you want to mix and match these, good luck. I have 4 picks. The first one, I'm going with my Thursday night.
Okay.
Punts. If I see punts on Thursday night and they're at 3 or 3.5, I'm taking the over every time. I love 4 punts in a game. I will take it anytime the line's available, especially on prize picks. 3, 3.5. Give me it. Last week it was like 5 and 6 punts or 5 and 5 punts or something like that. So this week I got Aaron Sipos. It's the Eagles kicker or punter over 3.5 punts. The other one's at 4.5. So I wasn't going to touch it. I'm just going to stick with the model at 3.5 or 3. I like this. I like Chubb over 0.5 pass rush receiving touchdowns.
Okay.
He's their dude.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to have a lot of passing touchdowns, especially in the red zone, because they have such good offensive line and Chubb can always fall forward. So I will take Chubb to score 1 touchdown in a game all year. That's okay with me. I wouldn't be mad with any of those losing. So I like that. And then another one I like is AJ Brown plus DeAndre Swift over 0.5 TDs.
It's free, especially because Gainwell ain't playing.
Gainwell is not playing. It was already stated he wasn't playing this week, so Swift is going to get a lot more touches, and he comes out of the backfield and catches the ball. Plus, your number 1 receiver in AJ Brown. So you like Hurts to run in a touchdown? I think all these can happen. I think either of these guys can score a touchdown, and Hurts could score a touchdown. So I like where our minds are at on that one. And then I'm just going to ride with the king here. I got him in a couple fantasy leagues. Give me Derrick Henry over 85.5 rushing yards.
You would think this has to be like for a lock because the Titans coaching staff has to look at last week's game and go, why the fuck did we not give King Henry the ball more?
He wasn't even on the field enough.
Right, he was out-snapped.
Yeah, he was out-snapped, and then their third string back had like 8% of their snaps.
Right.
So that should never happen. It should be 80% Derrick Henry, 20% the other 2 guys.
Derrick Henry should tell you when he needs a break. It shouldn't be the other way around. He's
been carrying the ball 30 times a game for the last 14 years, I believe. We're dating it back to his freshman year in high school. He's been running the ball 30 times a game. So just let the man cook. What are you doing? You're acting like you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league or something. You don't. You have one of the best running backs in the league. Keep him in the game. Give him the fucking ball. Let him run. Let him cook.
What could have been last week? What could have been?
What could have been? That's how I feel about Minnesota.
For sure.
Frogs.
Looking at Dalton's comment down there, Eagles and Vikings staying under 49 points. I do believe so. Looking at a kind of a trend from the last few years, primetime games go under. It's a pretty high percentage. This week, Vikings, Eagles under 49, Dolphins, Pats under 47, Saints, Panthers under 40, and Browns, Steelers under 39. Last week, we went 3-0 Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. It hits. I don't know how to explain it other than it hits. So
it's the algorithm, man.
Take your punts in the primetime games and take your unders in the primetime games.
Dude, I can't. I could take 3.5 punts every game, no matter who's playing. 4 punts, 1 punt a quarter. Give me that shit.
Right.
If they keep
I
offering it, I'm gonna keep eating it up.
for sure, for sure. I love it. I love it. Dalton, the man, literally has Titans on his back. You're not wrong, buddy.
He has too. They haven't had a quarterback worth dick in 10 years. Maybe even more.
For
So
sure.
yeah, I know Vrabel already stated it in one of the post-game interviews that, like, trust me, Derrick Henry is going to be a lot more involved in the offense. I don't know who the offense coordinator is there, but you got a Stern talking to. I'll tell you that.
Right. Listen, if we don't give him the ball this week at least 50 times, your ass is fired.
He had like 60 receiving yards too. It's
Which
not like he doesn't catch the ball, and then how do you tackle him after that? You know,
Right.
keep him on the field, man.
Throw him a fucking screen. The dude will take it 80 yards, like shove 3 guys off of him.
That stiff arm is
It's
brutal.
ridiculous, dude. I can't even imagine what it feels like just being a grown-ass man in the NFL. Like, I'm going to go make a tackle, and then he just makes you feel like a little kid.
And don't forget how fast they're flying at him. Just
Right.
flying at him. And bitch, like you're just a little middle schooler out on the football field against high schoolers at that point. With 4 peoples on his shoelace. Seriously, that's the only way you're going to bring him down. Is if you wrap your finger in a shoelace.
And try and tie him behind his leg so he trips himself while you're holding on.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Good
I'll take
night.
his rushing yards under if it's under like 80 or around 80 any time of the week. So I love that.
For sure.
Let's roll into our season-long prize pick entry and
Okay.
see how we're doing after week 1.
Okay, we kind of touched a little bit on it. Goat Whale, the status. We do have 6 legs. We're only going to talk about 5 today because Mark Andrews didn't play. So not really much to say other than that.
He's a bitch.
For sure. But first guy up on the block, CMC. Riley and I love him. To remind everyone, over 2.5 games of 100 yards. He ran for 152.
Week 1, baby. He needs 2.5. Who set that line?
Right. Exactly.
You're fired.
Well, hopefully. Knock on wood, right? Like, 65-yard touchdown obviously put him over, but that was like the first drive out of halftime. It was just absolutely glorious to see.
I didn't even notice it either. You texted me, and then I looked up and I seen the replay, and I was like, holy shit, already. We did it. We did it. That man does not miss. Yeah, CMC is a beast.
He is. Player 2, another running back, Nick Chubb. We took him for over 1275, so he's got to get 1276 yards on the ground this season. Started off strong, 107 yards. So it was a blowout. I don't expect it to happen the next time they play Cincinnati, but 107 yards on the week 1. That's a good start right there for us.
Hey, we had 2 running backs in our lay, and they both went over 100. So we can't complain there. We're looking pretty good at that point.
Looking pretty decent. Number 3, a homer, Amon-Ra St. Brown. We took him for 96 catches this season. He had 6 in week 1. That's pretty good. That puts you over pace for sure. Could he have gotten more? Yeah, I think so. There was that one play that we hit Reynolds over the middle that he was literally just running down the field with no one around him that Jared Goff is kicking himself in the ass for. But, hey, we'll take
a win is a win, baby. A win is a win.
Amen. Number 4, Justin Jefferson, another receiver. We have him for 1,400 yards. He got 150. This boy can go off for 200 anytime. We said that.
For the loss.
Love it. Right, 150 in the loss. Yep. And it's not like they scored a lot of points either. So there's much more for him to be had. Like he can. 200 is not out of the realm of possibilities. 300 is not out of the realm of possibilities for Justin Jefferson. He could do it. He could do it.
Fumble or throw a pick before he gets 300.
That's true.
You're getting carried away. 200 though. Yeah.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. All right. I'm sorry. And then the last guy we'll talk about here, the degenerate himself, Calvin Ridley. 71 catches is all we need. The man got 8. week 1. Let's go. What a
Yeah,
start.
whoever set that line, you fired. 70.5, and he probably
Go
had
find a
what,
different
like
job.
13 targets week 1?
Right. Like he might get this by week 9.
And that's with nobody injured on the receiving core. It's not like someone was injured and he had to step up. Like he was built, or they built this offense for him. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
revolved around him as the wide receiver 1. Zay Jones looked really good too. I think their receiving core in general looks really good. I think their offense is going to be hard to defend all year. So I'm
I
excited.
agree.
Sorry,
I
Sweatpants
agree.
Jesus. Your Titans are not looking great right now. They're not looking great.
I didn't want to say it, but yep, not looking very good. But that is a 25 Xer. So if we do hit it, hey, we'll be having a lot of fun. That's for sure. Come February.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of money for the NBA goat whale. So you know what I'm saying?
Run
Just
it.
roll it over, baby.
I love it. I love it a lot.
Yeah, I'm a degenerate.
Me too.
All right,
Me
let's
too.
get. I know you got a Thursday night same game parlay. I'm not going to
Yep.
take any credit for it, but I will say I'm blindly talented. So let us hear it, buddy.
All right. So going along with my primetime unders that I just talked about not too long ago, I really think that's the way to go in these primetime games. Take the big players and take their unders for a lot of different stats. Alt spread it, alt line it so you can, give yourself a little cushion, but still build a good parlay. So 6 legs plus 475. I had it at plus, I think, like 800, but decided to get rid of 2 legs. That kind of brought it back down to earth. Eagles money line. I think it might be a close game tomorrow, especially with it going under the total points. But I think the Eagles pull it out. They looked bad against the Patriots. I don't think they let that happen again. Eagles money line. Number 2, Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown score. Like I said, if it's a home game and they get inside the 5-yard line, Jalen Hurts is going to score. Total points under 60. So you can get to 58, you can get to 59. I know it's way over what the actual total points is for the real line, but you're giving yourself cushion. Under 21.5 for the Vikings. So I don't think they score 3 touchdowns. That's the key there is I don't
Hey,
think
they
they
can score
score 3.
touchdowns. They just can't score anymore.
That's true. That's true. If they
Touchdowns is
score
clean.
3 touchdowns, that's fine. No field goals. But yeah, 21 points or less. That's it. Alexander Madison under 75 yards rushing. I think he got 13 carries in week 1. He did more damage in the passing game. With how I think the Eagles are going to score early and then the Vikings are going to be playing catch up, I think they're going to start passing the ball more. Last year, week 2, these same teams played, same location. Eagles beat them 24-7. And I think Dalvin Cook, who was the stud, was the number 2 rusher for the Vikings. Kirk Cousins was number 1 with 20 yards. So,
God damn.
yeah, take the under for Alexander Madison under 75. That's not his line. I put it up for a reason. Kirk Cousins last leg under 305 yards. So he's going to throw the ball a lot, but I don't think he gets to that 305 mark. It's an alt line again. I like doing that just to give myself some cushion. Plus 475. You can on DraftKings you can do a $20 sweat free bet. So that's what I did. So $20 is going to get you. What would that be?
95.
$95. So that'd be a good Thursday night for me. I feel like.
Hey, and it's sweat free. So if one's chalked, we'll see you on Sunday.
For sure. And I highly recommend DraftKings because they're giving you one for Thursday, one for Sunday, and one for Monday. You can use them all. Sweat-free bets.
Let me roll this video of our Prize Picks goat whale. I kind of skipped over on accident, so
You're
we're
good.
going to roll this real quick, baby. This is the Prize Picks goat whale week 1 recap.
Terrible football. We've got the ball.
There he goes.
Ugh. That spin move was so
that block
sexy.
right there by Ayuk.
Yeah, Ayuk, 2 touchdowns and then pancake.
Right.
It's a 65-yard lightning
65 yards.
14:02 in the third.
That was such a
22
blow off.
carries.
But 52. Nick, I got a chubby for 100 yards, baby.
For sure. Free. 18 carries. No problem.
Oh my God, I love this game.
Who's got the lead? Drink that Kool-Aid, boy. After the fake punt. Come on, 6 catches. There we go.
I did a somersault after he scored. Kirko Bangs with a shitty ball. Justin Jefferson goes up and catches it.
He's
He
just
needs to sing. He needs to sing Justin Jefferson to sleep. That's what he needs to do because
Right. Fuck his kids.
yeah, he's the one that's actually saving his career.
For sure.
T-Ball's a stud.
Uh-huh.
It's fun to watch. Wide open. Classic Colts defense, baby.
Did you see the camera guy duck? That's the best part.
I like the linebacker like this. Like, ooh, what the fuck? Ridley, 8 receptions, 101 yards. You're that guy. That's the recap. Shout out Donnie for making that video. We really do appreciate it. Dude, DK is unreal compared to anywhere else right now.
You're not wrong.
Yep,
don't use BetMGM right now because of the cyber stuff that's going on right now too. So be careful. Get off MGM if you can right now.
Yeah, they either got hacked and all your information is stolen by China or they sold it. So
Right.
either way, your data is getting to the public. Probably not the American public either.
Right.
You got anything to finish off week 2 of the NFL?
No, I mean, great start. You know, you nailed all the underdogs. I wish we would have parlayed it together because both of us would have had this week off.
I wouldn't be working right now.
Right. We both missed on, I think, 2 or so of our plays that we kind of talked about last week, but pretty much everything else cashed. So system went 3-0, plays went 4-1 for me, and then props went 3-1 for me. Couldn't be happier. Got hooked a few times over the weekend, but hey,
classic.
Some were free and some weren't.
Yeah, we're gonna get an Excel doc or something just tracking our bets. That's gonna happen this week. Before our next episode, we'll have that up. We'll be able to pull it up. Yeah. So by next week, we'll have week 1 and week 2 logged, and we'll see where we're at. We were super hot week 1, to be honest. Like one of the hottest week 1s I've ever had. So
right.
Let's hope the ball just keeps on rolling.
Absolutely, it's got to, right? We're back. That's all it is.
We are so fucking back.
After putting up with baseball for so damn long.
Dude, that what was it? The Tuesday and Wednesday after the Monday Night Football, degenerates are in shambles, man. They got to go back to MLB.
Right.
That's disgusting.
I don't want to bet it anymore. Get it out of here. Football's right around the corner. But hey, dude, Thursday night, it starts all over again. 5 days straight. Let's go.
Yes, sir. We are so fucking back. All right, that's going to do it for us. Episode number 30 of the Third Leg Podcast. We do appreciate you guys. Dalton, thanks for hanging out in the chat. Handy Baby, thanks for hanging out in the chat. Much love to you guys. It's always nice to reply to some comments. So we appreciate the love tonight.
No, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming through. Be looking for episode 31. We'll break down college football week 2 or recap, and then look at week 3.
Yeah, we'll get that out before Saturday. Much love, everybody. Peace and love.
Peace.